Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to do just kind of an easier little meditative practice. I did this one just on my own and I used just the dropper from my ink bottle, and I just used it to make all my lines, and then I was thinking about in the future actually filling them in with all sorts of different colors. So you could do larger sections, you could do smaller sections, but it's literally just lines on the page. You can make them thinner, you can make them thicker. If you don't have the droppers or acrylic inks, you could thin down some regular acrylics, and you could always use a pipette. For detailed designs, I've also used just a little detailed bottle. I will link these down below. They just come with these little tips, and you can use it almost just like a pen and write with it. Do lines, circles, dots. I was doing all sorts of embellishments with this. But this is just a really simple technique. I have a book page. I'm starting out with black, but I also have some white ink and I have some greens, and I'm going to do a future video actually using a bunch of my collage pages to make a piece, actually collage with them. So I may use some of the greens because that's going to be the focus of that painting. But I'm going to start out and just show you how easy this is. I'm squeezing out most of the ink so that there's no ink in the tube. I'm just using the ink that is on the actual dropper. So if you need more, you can dip it in. Kind of just like using a pen if you use a calligraphy pen, but then you can just start. And I don't want straight lines, I don't want even lines. I like making shapes that are very botanical and leaf shape, so that is what I like to do. But you can make any type of design that you like. Okay, so I'm going to stop here on this one. I have some really small areas that I actually want to make some bookmarks, and I could see cutting these out. I did smudge it in one spot, but I just got it on my finger. I really don't mind. I will just let that dry. But this was my just practice one that I did. Really like it. Like I said, creating all sorts of organic shapes that you could fill in with some other paint, and then just have that really bold outline. But I do want to try some green, so I'm going to set my white aside, and I have sap green, and then this one is just dark green. I think I'm going to try and just do something similar with this dark green. So my dropper's a little bit different. Each brand is going to have their own bottle shape, but I think this is still going to work just fine if I, yeah. So it's just a fun, different tool to use instead of a brush. So this one's not going to be as fine. I might actually grab a different dropper. Yeah, let me try, set that down. I'm going to try my pipette and see if I can get, just add, drop it right in your paint. That's better. Okay. Okay, so I really like the way that that one looks. I think with how well that other dropper worked, this was Bombay Black India ink. So I may look to see what other colors they have, and so that I can use the same type of dropper, because that one worked really well. This worked okay. I did get my just really abstract-y leaf shapes out of all of it, but the dropper with this one was just a little bit thicker, and so it just wasn't making those skinny lines. But I do really like that. Okay, so I'm going to try one more. This is Sap Green. It's Liquitex. I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. And I'm going to just do this on some white in case I want to add. So this one's also very rounded at the end, so I don't know how well this one's going to work. But I'm going to test it and just see, and then I can always use it for something else. Okay, this one works okay. That sap green is a very, very pretty color. I have a little bit of ink in the dropper, so I think that is helping. Alright, so that green one is done. I do like it. I like it's starting to dry in the areas where my ink is a little bit thinner. The color is just drying really well, and it's a really beautiful shade of green. So I'm going to let these dry, but those two look amazing. So I will get a picture once the other one is also dry, and we have some really cute, just fun leafy shapes. Like I said, I have some ideas with this style in the future, so I'll see what we can come up with. But I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you tomorrow. you.